So welcome to our final class meeting for Module 152. We'll jump right into the presentation. It's not going to be too long today, guys. We are just reviewing for our final exam, which means we're going to go over some basic stuff that y'all are going to find on the exam, a few highlights, if you will. And that's pretty much it. We're going to wrap up this module. So we're going to go over some quick announcements, again, review for our final exam, and then we're going to have a little Q&A if we need to. All right, so announcements. The blackout. Obviously, it's not blacked out yet. It's still up and going. Feel free to work on the stuff in there that you're behind on as long as you have access. I'm going to continue putting new assignments in Google Classroom, except for the final exam. They're saying now we're probably not going to black out till next Thursday. This module ends on Wednesday. Transferring over the final exam from e-learning to Google Classroom is going to be a lot. So I am leaving it in e-learning since it should be up. It should be up and going, we should be fine. But everything else, the daily assignments and labs, we're going to continue in Google Classroom until the blackout is started and finished. Okay, so we're transitioned over. So that covers those first two announcements. Final exam in e-learning, this module does end on Wednesday. Your final exam is due on Wednesday, but I'm going to open it probably tomorrow. So for y'all that want to go ahead and knock out this module, y'all are going to be able to do that if you want to over the weekend, and then kind of, have an easy week. Module 153 will start on Thursday, and that is going to be the beginning of CPT coding. We are going to be leaving the ICD-10 manual and switching over to our CPT manual. New students, I still have not heard anything about your manuals. As soon as I know something, I will pass that along, I promise. In the meantime, if y'all start receiving shipments, if you get your books, please let me know so I can cross you off the list. Okay. I think that's about it as far as announcements go, guys. Let's see. So let's jump into the final exam review. And again, the final exam, y'all, what I do is I take a few questions from each of your previous exams and I combine those into a final exam. So there are no new questions on the final exam. Everything you're going to see, you've seen already, and you should be fine. You should be good to go. Let's see. So what is the largest third-party payer? The American government, right? Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, they are the largest third-party payer, bigger than any insurance company. They put out more money by far, far, right? All right, so what government organization is responsible for administering the Medicare program? That's going to be your Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, otherwise known as CMS. And remember, the CMS website, that's where we go for all of our coding updates, right? cms.gov. I've actually taken y'all on a virtual tour of that website because it's so important in our field. So it's important to know that the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, otherwise known as CMS, is the organization responsible for Medicare. The maximum number of characters in an ICD-10-CM code is 7, right? When we have to add placeholders or add that alpha character to the end, we know it's never going to be more than 7 characters, right? What are the 3 items that the Medicare beneficiaries are responsible to pay before Medicare will begin to pay for services? That is going to be their deductibles, right? Their premiums, their insurance premium every month, and any co-insurances they incur. So deductibles, premiums, and co-insurance are what the Medicare beneficiaries are responsible for. All right, so one of the big things we talked about in this module was HIPAA, and you're going to see it on the exam. HIPAA stands for, and they're looking for 3 words. It's 3 words and Accountability Act. So HIP, Health Insurance Portability. Okay, Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. That's HIPAA. Individuals covered. Oh, real quick. What does HIPAA do? Can anybody tell me what HIPAA does?
It protects the privacy of patients.
That it does. It provides confidentiality, security, and privacy, right? Security being a real big one in there. We don't want to forget about that. And then also, guys, you always, like I tell y'all, you're going to get HIPAA training annually in your job, wherever you go to work. I don't know one clinic, health organization, billing company, or anywhere that does not do annual HIPAA training, and they all employ a HIPAA compliance officer. If you ever go to work for one of these clinics and you can get promoted to the HIPAA compliance officer, yo, that's a nice salaried position right there. That is a real nice position to have. And of course, HIPAA is important for us because we always have to watch how we handle that sensitive information. All right, so individuals covered under Medicare are called what? And that is, of course, beneficiaries, right? Medicare beneficiaries. And it's not a huge exam. It's like I said, I took a couple of questions from each chapter exam and combined it into one. All right, so half of the test is like multiple choice and a couple of short answers, things like that. And then the other half of the test, of course, is ICD-10 coding. So I want to go over, like I told y'all, you're going to see it over and over and over, these steps for accurate coding. Number 1, we identify those main terms that they're giving us. We look those up in the alphabetic index, and I put a nice little picture there of what the alphabetic index looks like. Review the subterms under the main terms in the index. That's our indentions. The first and a second line of indentions. Those are our subterms. Follow and cross-reference instructions such as C. We had an example of that, I think, yesterday in our coding practice. They told us to see something else. All right, verify the code selected from the index in the tabular. We always verify, right? We do not stop at the alphabetic index. Always verify in our tabular. Refer to any instructional notations in the tabular. Again, pay attention to any highlights, signs, symbols, abbreviations you see around the code or in the definition of the code. Includes, excludes, placeholders where your X is, your stop sign that says I'm not finished, I have more, add more to me. Let's see, assign codes to the highest level of specificity. I said it right, yay. All right, and that just means getting as specific with our coding as we can. If it indents down, we need to be looking at those and see if we can get more specific with our code, right? And then code the diagnosis until all elements are completely identified. And that just means we may not necessarily stop at one code. We may have to find more than one. So we always just want to make sure of that. We want to be as accurate as we can be the first go round. And that's, like I told y'all, it was going to be brief today. The coding is not real complicated. I know some of y'all still don't have manuals. Feel free to use Google or the app, whatever y'all need to do to find the answers. I will not be grading y'all super hard on that, especially those of y'all that don't have manuals or are using the app. I'm not, if you get in the section of the code, I'm probably gonna give you full points, okay? Y'all know by your exam grades, I don't grade y'all that hard. If y'all are close on it, I give you the majority of the points. That's why so many of y'all do so well. Y'all are really, really good. And there's, forgetting to capitalize here, miskeying something there. I'm not nitpicking y'all. I'm not gonna nitpick y'all. But y'all do really, really well. Super proud. I say that in my staff meetings all the time. I got a great group that is really catching on to the coding, and because y'all are doing really great. But do we have any questions?
Miss Brandy, have you heard anything about the mock interviews yet?
No, I have not gotten a response from Career Services. I think, I don't know what's going on there. I just haven't gotten a response. Our office staff, from what I understand, the office staff, this blackout and system change is causing a lot of extra work on their end, to accommodate the extra IT staff that's in there transferring data over and stuff like that. So I don't know that they're looking at emails real. They might be prioritizing right now, is what I'm trying to say. So, but don't stress about the mock interview. I know you want to go ahead and get it out the way. Let's see. I think I got updated finish dates for most of y'all. Jackie, you're finishing in September, so you still got a couple of months to knock that out.
Okay.
Don't stress about it too much right now, but if I don't hear anything in like a week or so, maybe 2 weeks, to let this blackout thing get out the way and things get back to normal, I'll email them and CC the higher ups, and then I'll get a response.
Okay. Also, the test from, I think it was, I don't know if it was chapter 6 or chapter 7 test, but I did it, but then it was still saying it was like missed, like it didn't like it wasn't there.
There have been a lot of issues with Google Classroom and submitting the forms and stuff. If y'all find that y'all are having issues submitting it or anything like that, it's the ones I'm putting in there are not super long, right? So just write down your answers and maybe type them into an email and just shoot them to me that way. Because I've got to transfer everything into e-learning once the system's back up anyway. So it doesn't matter how I get the test. If it's not in Google, that's fine, whatever. It doesn't matter how I get it as long as I do get it.
Okay, if it's still in e-learning, I'll see and I'll just do it in there then.
Chapter 6 and chapter 7 tests aren't going to be in e-learning for y'all to do. I'm just going to transfer the grades over from Google Classroom.
Okay, well, I'll go back and see. But yeah, it just said it was missing. I was like, I just submitted it.
I gotcha. It's okay. It's okay. But yeah, y'all email me the assignments or exams or whatever you need to if y'all are having issues submitting or uploading or anything like that, because I'm just not familiar enough with Google Classroom to troubleshoot some of the stuff that's going on with it. I'm not sure if it has something to do with the Google account or what the deal is. I'm not sure. But we're just gonna roll forward. We're just gonna roll with it. If y'all see something, I need y'all to pay attention though. If y'all see something that you didn't get a grade for or you got an inaccurate grade, please let me know so I can correct that. I'm switching back and forth between 2 systems right now, and that is not something that I'm used to, and I'm human. So, and I got a 5-year-old all over me, so I get distracted. But yeah, pay attention to your grades and just let me know if there's a correction that needs to be made, and we'll get it sorted out, okay? Awesome sauce. Anybody want to know their finish date while we're here?
Hannah says she want to know hers, and I'd like to know mine.
All right, Ryan, let's see. December 6th.
Sweet.
And who did you say wanted to know theirs?
Hannah and I think Caitlin as well. It's in the chat.
Thank you. All right, Hannah, you are also December the 6th. Caitlin also December the 6th. Y'all all started on the same day.
So would that be me as well?
Who's that? That Latrice?
Yes, ma'am.
No, you just started, so I don't even have your
Oh,
finish date yet.
okay.
Yeah, I probably won't have it for a few weeks after
Okay.
you start. But yeah. Anybody else?
Miss Brandy, have you, I know you were telling us about like the honors program. Have you been able to, recommend anybody?
I have not. We have not done a nomination yet. I'm hoping that after blackout and the server switch, like that's kind of been the main focus for everybody. It's been entailing a lot of training and extra stuff. So the higher ups have not said anything about NTHS. At this point, as soon as I hear something though, I will let y'all know.
Okay, so the blackout is that they're like revamping the whole site, so y'all are having
Yeah.
to learn
It's gonna be a
everything
whole,
about it?
it's gonna be a
Okay.
whole, you're gonna have a new site, a new login. It's gonna be a whole thing. Like,
Okay.
it's probably gonna be, I would say, weeks of disruption of us trying to get people logged in, get people set up.
Okay,
The only thing that I haven't been able to get into the new system yet to see how it functions, but the meetings that we have had, what they've shown us of what the system is going to look like, it looks to be a lot more user friendly, like not so crowded with menus and all the stuff everywhere. It's real clean, very, very clean and user friendly from what it looks like. So it's supposed to be a lot more streamlined and easier to use. And the hope is that it is less glitchy. We have less upload issues, less error issues, things like that. Y'all aren't having to clear your cookies every time you're trying to upload something. So that's the hope. That's the push behind it, is trying to update the system for y'all basically. But yeah, it's gonna be a whole different thing.
okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else? No? What's up, LaDavery? Let's see. Your finish date, sure. Let's see. January 9. Yes, ma'am. January 9.
Would that be me too? Miss B, this is Sierra. I think me and her started around the same time. We were in that
Y'all
same
did.
first group chat together.
Yep, y'all sure did. So yeah, Sierra, you're January 9 as well.
Okay,
That
cool.
will be my first group of graduates in 2024. Let's see who's finishing. We got Courtney finishing in September, Jenny finishing in September. We've actually got Andronika and Tia in August, Madison and Jody in October, Jackie and Kimberly in September, Felicia's in November, Sienna November, Morgan and Michelle October. Yep, y'all be trickling out as the year goes on. But those of y'all that are finishing in August, September, October, it's gone by pretty fast, hasn't it? It's gone by pretty quick. Like I say, y'all, it does. It goes by really fast. And then once you're done, you've got this great thing to put on your resume that puts you a step above the other candidates for whatever job you're going for. Any other questions, concerns, anything? No. You're able to check if I completed it. No, Caitlin, you do not need to retake it. Faster than I thought. Yeah, Tia, it goes fast. I try to be as truthful with y'all as I, is possible. It does go by quick. If y'all don't have anything else for me, guys, I am done for today. Y'all have a great day and a great weekend. And just, please work on that final exam in e-learning and your other assignments in Google Classroom. And we're just gonna roll on. We're just gonna keep on going. If y'all have any questions in the meantime, please text me, call me, whatever you need to do. Okay. All right, folks, have a great day.
All right, you do the same.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.